I need you to pause for just a second. Before you walk out that door, before you go back to your life, your job, your routine, your endless to-do list, and your tired excuses, there is something I need to tell you, something I have been holding in my chest since the moment you walked in here, and I cannot let you leave without hearing it, because if I do, I will have failed you, and failure is not an option tonight. This is not another speech. This is not another motivational quote you will scroll past on your phone and forget by tomorrow morning. This is me looking at you, the real you, not the mask you wear for the world, not the polished version you show your colleagues and your family, but the version that lies awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if any of this actually matters. And I am telling you right now, it does. It matters more than you will ever know. And I am terrified that you are about to walk out of here and forget that. You are about to walk out and go back to the same patterns, the same fears, the same relationships that drain you, the same job that leaves you empty, the same voice in your head that tells you you are not enough. And I need you to understand that this moment right here, this is your chance, this is your crossroads. This is the exact point where everything could change if you would just let it, because here is the truth. And I am going to say it plainly because I do not have time to dress it up in pretty language. You are not going to be here forever. None of us are. And I know that sounds morbid. I know that sounds like something you have heard 1,000 times, but have you actually felt it? Have you actually let it land in your chest? Have you actually let it terrify you enough to wake you up? Because that is what I need to happen tonight. I need you to wake up. I need you to realize that the life you are living right now, the one where you are constantly postponing your happiness, constantly saying, I will start tomorrow, I will change next month. I will be the person I want to be when I have more money, when I find the right partner, when I lose the weight, when I get the promotion, when the timing is better, when the kids are older, when the stars align. That life, that waiting life, that is not a life, that is a slow death. And every single day you postpone showing up fully for your own existence, you are robbing yourself and everyone who loves you of the person you are actually meant to be. And I need to tell you something that is going to hurt, but I need to tell you because I love you, not because I know you personally, but because I know your struggle. I know your exhaustion. I know the weight you carry. And I cannot stand by and watch you carry it one more day without saying this. The people in your life, the ones who matter, the ones you would give your life for without a second thought, they are not asking you to be perfect. They are not asking you to have everything figured out. They are not asking you to be some superhero who never stumbles or fails or breaks down. What they are asking, what they have always been asking, is for you to be present, for you to be real, for you to put down your phone when they are speaking to you, for you to look them in the eyes when they are telling you about their day, their fear, their dream that they have never told anyone else, for you to hold them when they are crying instead of trying to fix it, for you to say I love you and actually mean it, not because it is a habit, but because you feel it burning in your chest. And I know you love them. I know you do. I am not questioning that. What I am questioning, what I am desperately trying to get you to see, is whether they feel loved by you. Because there is a massive, devastating, heartbreaking difference between loving someone and making them feel loved. And most of you are walking around loving people with every fiber of your being while simultaneously making them feel unseen, unheard, and alone, and you do not even realize it. You do not realize that your silence feels like rejection. You do not realize that your distraction feels like indifference. You do not realize that your constant busyness feels like a message that says you are not my priority. And I am telling you this right now because I do not want you to have to learn it the hard way. I do not want you to have to sit in a hospital room holding the hand of someone you love, realizing too late that you should have been there more. I do not want you to have to sit across from a partner who is telling you they are leaving, realizing that you could have fought harder, you could have listened better, you could have showed up differently. I do not want you to have to look in the mirror one day and realize that you spent your entire life running toward achievements and milestones and completely missed the only thing that actually matters, The people, the connections, the moments of real, raw, unfiltered human love. You know, and I know some of you are sitting there right now, and your mind is already racing, already making excuses, already telling yourself that you are different, that your situation is unique, that you do not have the time, that you do not have the energy, that you have been hurt too badly, that you have given too much and received too little, that the people in your life do not deserve your presence because they have not earned it. And I hear you, I really do, because I have been there too. I have been the person who builds walls so high that even the people who love me cannot climb them. I have been the person who stays busy so I do not have to feel the emptiness. I have been the person who pushes people away before they can leave me because that feels safer. That feels like I am in control. That feels like I am protecting myself from the pain of being abandoned. But I am going to tell you something that changed my entire life, and I need you to hear it like it is the first time you have ever heard it. The walls you have built to keep people out, they do not keep you safe, they keep you alone. They do not protect your heart, they suffocate it. They do not shield you from pain, they ensure that you will experience the deepest pain of all, the pain of living a life where no one truly knows you, where no one truly sees you, where no one truly loves you because you have not let them close enough to try. And I know how terrifying it is to let someone in, because once they are in, they can hurt you, they can disappoint you, they can leave you, and that fear is real. That fear is valid, that fear is rooted in experiences that have shaped you and scarred you. But I am telling you right now that fear is also a liar, because it tells you that isolation is safer than connection. It tells you that keeping people at a distance is the only way to survive. It tells you that vulnerability is weakness, and it is wrong. It is so deeply, profoundly, catastrophically wrong. Vulnerability is not weakness. Vulnerability is the bravest thing a human being can do. Because vulnerability is saying, here I am, all of me, the parts I am proud of and the parts I am ashamed of, the parts that are healed and the parts that are still bleeding, the parts that make sense and the parts that are utterly chaotic. And I am trusting you not to destroy me. I am trusting you to hold me gently. I am trusting you to see me and still stay. And I need to tell you something. The people in your life, they are not waiting for you to be perfect. They are waiting for you to be real. Because when you are real, you give them permission to be real too. When you are real, you create a space where love can actually exist. Not the shallow love of Instagram posts and anniversary dinners, but the deep love that holds you when you are sobbing at 2 a.m. The love that looks at your flaws and does not flinch. The love that says, I am not going anywhere, no matter how messy this gets. And I know you want that love. I know you crave it. I know you have dreamed about it. I know you have watched movies and read books and listened to songs and wondered why that kind of love does not exist in your life. And the answer, the painful, inconvenient, uncomfortable answer, is that it starts with you. It starts with you being brave enough to offer that love first, not because the other person has earned it, but because you are tired of waiting. You are tired of protecting yourself into a corner of loneliness. You are tired of looking back at your life and seeing a series of missed connections, moments where you could have said something and you stayed silent, moments where you could have reached out and you stayed back, moments where you could have loved and you chose fear instead. And I am not here to shame you. I am not here to make you feel guilty for all the times you chose fear. I am here to tell you that today, right now, this moment, you can choose differently. You can choose to be the person who speaks first, who reaches first, who loves first, not because it is easy, but because it is worth it, because the alternative is a life of regret, a life of what ifs, a life of wondering what could have been if you had just been a little braver, a little more honest, a little more willing to risk your heart. And I need you to understand that the people you love, they are not going to be here forever. And I do not mean that as a cliche. I mean that as a reality that is unfolding in front of you every single day. Every time you say goodbye to your parents and assume you will see them next week. Every time you hang up the phone with your sibling and assume you will call them tomorrow. Every time you kiss your partner goodnight and assume you will have another morning. Every time you hold your child and assume you have all the time in the world to teach them what they need to know, and the truth is, you do not know, none of us know, and that uncertainty, that fragility of life, that is not a reason to live in fear, that is a reason to live with urgency, that is a reason to say the words that are in your heart right now, to say, I love you, I am sorry, I forgive you, I believe in you, I am proud of you, I need you, I see you, I choose you. Before it is too late, before the moment passes, before the chance is gone forever. And I want you to think about the person you are thinking about right now. Yes, the one that came to mind when I said that, the one you have been thinking about this whole time, the one you have been meaning to call, the one you have been meaning to text, the one you have been meaning to sit down with and have that conversation that you have been avoiding for months, maybe years, the conversation that scares you because it might change everything, because it might open a door you are not sure you are ready to walk through, because it might require you to be more honest than you have ever been. I want you to think about that person, and I want you to ask yourself one question, and I need you to answer it honestly, not to me, but to yourself in the quiet of your own soul. If this was the last time you would ever speak to them, if this was the last conversation you would ever have, if this was the last chance you would ever get to say what is really in your heart, would you say what you have been holding back? Would you finally let go of your pride, your fear, your stubbornness, your need to be right, your need to protect yourself? And would you just tell them the truth? Would you tell them that you love them? Would you tell them that you are sorry for the ways you have hurt them? Would you tell them that you forgive them for the ways they have hurt you? Would you tell them that they matter to you more than any argument, any mistake, any disappointment that has ever come between you? Because if the answer is yes, and I know it is yes, then I am asking you, I am begging you, do not wait until it is too late. Do not wait until you are standing at a funeral. Do not wait until you are sitting in an empty room, wondering where the time went. Do not wait until you are replaying every conversation you wish you had, every word you wish you said, every moment you wish you had been more present, because regret is a heavy burden. Regret is a weight that will sit on your chest for the rest of your life. Regret is a ghost that will follow you into every new relationship, every new beginning, every new chance, whispering in your ear, you failed before, you will fail again, do not even try. And I refuse to let that be your story. I refuse to let you walk out of here carrying that weight. I refuse to let you leave without understanding that you still have time. You still have the chance to change the narrative. You still have the opportunity to be the person you have always wanted to be. The person who loves without reservation, who gives without keeping score, who shows up without waiting for the perfect moment. Because the perfect moment does not exist. The perfect moment is a myth that keeps you stuck. The perfect moment is a lie that tells you there is a better time than right now. And I am telling you, there is no better time, there is no easier time, there is no safer time. There is only now, there is only this breath, this heartbeat, this single, fleeting, precious moment that you will never get back once it is gone. And I know what some of you are thinking. I know some of you are thinking, this is too much. This is too overwhelming. This is too big for me to handle right now. I have too much going on. I have too many problems. I have too many people depending on me. I have too much stress. I have too much pain. I have too many reasons to stay exactly where I am. And I am going to tell you something that might be the most important thing you hear all year. And that is that you do not have to fix everything today. You do not have to have all the answers. You do not have to be the perfect version of yourself by tomorrow morning. All you have to do is take one step, one small, imperfect, messy step toward the person you want to become. One honest conversation, one phone call, one text message, one moment of reaching out and saying, I have been thinking about you. I have been wanting to tell you something. I have been carrying this in my heart, and I cannot carry it anymore, because every step, no matter how small, is a step away from the life of regret and toward the life of connection. Every step is a step away from fear and toward love. Every step is a step away from isolation and toward the community, the family, the partnership you are always among. I am not asking you to have it all together. I am just asking you to start. Because starting is the hardest part. Starting is the part that takes the most courage. Starting is the part where you have to face your fear and do it anyway. And once you take that first step, once you say that first honest word, something shifts, something unlocks, something begins to move in a direction that is so much better than the direction you were heading. And I have seen it. I have seen it with my own eyes. I have seen people who were completely broken, completely lost, completely convinced that they had nothing left to give, take that one step and have their entire lives transform, have their relationships heal, have their hearts open in ways they never thought possible, have their families come back together, have their marriages not just survive but thrive, have their children finally feel seen and loved, have their parents finally hear the words they had been waiting their whole lives to hear,